Welcome back, everyone, to another ASMR video. And today we have a giant amount, let me rephrase that, a massive magic card pickup. As you might know from some of the other videos on the channel, I am trying to collect every Assassin's Creed magic card that has come out. And there are variants of each card. So there's 3 types of cards, and then there's 2 variants for 2 of the cards, and only 1 of the 3rd variant of the card. So for example, you have the regular cards, and then the foil versions of them. Then you have what are called extended art cards, or collector's cards, and foils of those. And then you have what are called foil etched. And then there's a 4th set of cards that are just non-foils, and we have all of those. But let's go right on into what we have. And first up, we have an art card, the art series. We have number 19 out of 20. And let's do it this way here. And this one is Ezio Blade of Vengeance, 19 out of 20. Okay. And then we have another one, number 20 of 20. And this one is Rooftop Bypass. So we needed those 2, and I did not know that there are foil variants of these as well. So we have to collect those too, and that is separate from the main game. These are just art cards there. Alright, first up, we have a foil version of Catechus Staff of Hermes. And this is a legendary artifact. It's an equipment. Equipped creature has lifelink. As long as you have 30 or more life, equipped creature gets +5/+5 and has indestructible and prevent all damage that would be dealt to this creature. The equip cost is 2 planes, and you cast the card with 2 colorless and 1 plane. It can be a key, a weapon, and a way to attain great power. So let us look at Catechus Staff of Hermes, the foil version. Let's see what the value is. There it is right there. So the regular version's worth $5 last time we checked. Let's see what the foil version is. I spelled it wrong, of course I did. Let's see here. CDU. There we go. Okay, the foil version is worth $8, and the regular version is now up to $7.50. So that's gone up $2.50, and we have 2 of those. So $7.50. It's now worth $15, and the foil is worth $8. Okay. The next card is Fall of the First Civilization. It is a foil. It is an enchantment, a saga, and you cast it with 2 colorless and 1 planes. As this saga enters and after your draw step, add a lore counter. Sacrifice after 3. So 1, you and target opponent each draw 2 cards. 2, exile target artifact and opponent controls. And 3, each player chooses 3 non-land permanents they control. Destroy all other non-land permanents. So we have the foil version of that. Now the regular version was worth $1 back in the day when we first did these videos. Let's see if that's changed. Okay, it is worth 99 cents. It's gone down a penny, and the foil is $1.01. So we lost 3 cents on, because we had 3, and then this is $1.01. So let's do that. Okay, next card is the foil version of Hookblade. This is an artifact equipment. Costs 1 colorless and 1 plains to cast. When Hookblade enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +1/+0. As long as it's your turn, equipped creature has flying. And to equip, it's 2 colorless attached to target creature you control. Equip only as a sorcery. So we have the foil version of Hookblade. The regular version was only worth $0.25 back then. Let's see what it is now. So the foil version is $1.47. The regular version has gone up to 99 cents. That is big. That's a almost 75-cent, $3 jump. So 99 cents is worth $3.96. And $1.47 for the foil. Okay. The next card is the foil version of Desynchronization. It is an instant, 2 colorless and 2 island to cast. Return each non-land permanent that's not historic to its owner's hand. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. History cannot be changed, and the Animus is not kind to those who try. Desynchronization foil. Okay. So the regular card was worth $4.99 back then. So let's see what we got. Desynchronization. Okay, desynchronization is worth $4, and the foil is worth $4 as well. So desynchronization went down 99 cents, and the foil version is worth the same, $4. I apologize if you guys can hear the dog barking in the background. It is not my dog. It is up. I don't know how you can hear it, but it's up a ways in this cabin they're building. Hopefully the dog stops barking. Alright, next up we have the foil version of Desmond Miles. He is a legendary creature, a human assassin. Costs 1 colorless and 1 swamp to cast. It's 1/3 with menace. Desmond Miles gets +1/+0 for each other assassin you control, and each assassin card in your graveyard. Whenever Desmond Miles deals combat damage to a player, surveil X, where X is the amount of damage it dealt to that player. So let's take a look at old Desmond Miles. Now, the regular version was $1.90. Let's see what the foil version is. Okay, let's take a look. So, regular version's gone down 11 cents. It's $1.79. The foil is worth even less. It's $1.50. So we'll do $1.50 there. I don't know why that's not. There we go. All right, next card is the foil version of Petty Larceny. It's a sorcery. It costs 3 colorless and 1 swamp to cast. It has free running. If you tap 1 colorless and 1 swamp, you may cast this spell for its free running cost if you dealt combat damage to a player this turn with an assassin or commander. Look at the top 2 cards of target opponent's library and exile those cards face down. You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast them. Create a treasure token. So the regular version of Petty Larceny was 99 cents back then. Let's see what this is worth. Okay, so the regular card is now up to $1.52. So that's good. So that would be $3.04, I believe. Yep. And the foil version is worth $1.47. So it's less than the regular version. All right, next card we have is the foil version of Monastery Raid, which is a sorcery, 2 colorless and 1 mountain to cast. Free running, X colorless and 1 mountain. You may cast a spell for its free running cost if you dealt combat damage to a player this turn with an assassin or commander. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. If this spell's free running cost was paid, exile the top X cards of your library instead. You may play the exiled cards until the end of your next turn. So, let's see what that's worth. Now, the regular card was worth $2.17. So, let's see if that's changed at all. Monastery Raid. There we go. It's $1.36 now for the regular card, so that's gone down a bit. It's gone down almost $1. So 230, 260, 272. And then the foil version here is worth $1.58. Okay, next up we have the foil version. Ooh. Got this out of order, I think. Okay, we have the Aesir Escape Valhalla, which is the foil version of this. It is an enchantment, a saga. It costs 2 colorless and 1 forest to cast. As this saga enters, and after your draw step, add a lore counter. So 1, exile a permanent card from your graveyard. You gain life equal to its mana value. 2, put a number of +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, equal to the mana value of the exiled card. And 3, return the Aesir Escape Valhalla and the exiled card to their owner's hand. It's a pretty good card, I think. It's almost like you can, if I'm reading that correctly, you can play it as many times as you want. So the regular version of the card was worth $1.42. Let's see if that's gone down. Aesir Escape Valhalla. Okay, the regular card is now $1.28. So it's gone down 14 cents. That'd be $2.56. And then the foil is worth $1.65. All right, next card is the foil of Altair ibn Mahad. So here he is. He is a legendary creature, a human assassin, costs a mountain, a plains, and a swamp to cast. He is a 3/3 first strike. Whenever Altair ibn Mahad attacks, exile up to 1 target assassin creature card from your graveyard with a memory counter on it. Then for each creature card you own in exile with a memory counter on it, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of it. Exile those tokens at end of combat. So let's take a look at Altair and see what he's worth. The regular card was worth $5 back then. Let's see. I don't know why that didn't take. It's not letting me do this. So Ibn hyphen La Altair. There we go. Okay. So the regular version is now $3.10. It's gone down pretty big. The foil is $5.37. So let's go back there for a minute. It's now $3.10 for Altair. Lost $1.90 in value. And the foil's $5.37, I believe, is what I said there, yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so we have both of these now. We have the foil and non-foil version of Cleopatra, Exiled Pharaoh. She is a legendary creature, a human noble. She is 2/4. It costs 2 colorless, a swamp, and a forest to cast. There's the foil right there on the right. Allies. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 other target legendary creatures. Betrayal. Whenever a legendary creature with counters on it dies, draw a card for each counter on it. You lose 2 life. Know thy enemies as thy kin. So let us see what Cleopatra is worth. We have both. So Cleopatra, Exiled Pharaoh. Let's take a look. Okay, so the regular version is worth $2.75 and the foil is worth $3. So $2.75 and $3. Next up we have the foil version of Edward Kenway. He is a legendary creature, a human assassin pirate. It costs 2 colorless, 1 island, 1 swamp, and 1 mountain to cast. 5/5. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each tapped assassin, pirate, and or vehicle you control. Whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of that player's library, then exile it face down. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. So, Edward Kenway, the foil version. Now, the regular version was worth $9.95. Let's see if that's changed any. Let's see. So Edward Kenway is now down to $8.03, so he's gone down. The foil version of Kenway is $10.44. All right, next up we have the foil version of Eivor Wolf-Kissed. She is a legendary creature, human assassin warrior, costs 3 colorless, 1 mountain, 1 forest, and 1 plains to cast. She is 7/6 with trample and haste. Whenever Eivor Wolf-Kissed deals combat damage to a player, you mill that many cards. You may put a saga card and or a land card from among them onto the battlefield. My destiny is mine to weave. So there she is, Eivor Wolf-Kissed. Now the regular card was worth it's worth $2.75 back then. Let's see what she is now. So Eivor Wolf-Kissed is worth $3.99, so she's gone up. That's good news. The foil version we just looked at is worth $3.05. It's worth less. Now this one I think is out of order. Let's see, 38. I definitely think this is out of order. Let's see what this card is. Oh yeah. So we do have the foil version of this card, and I'm going to have to go back and put it in its correct order. But it is the Spear of Leonidas. It is a legendary artifact equipment. It costs 2 colorless and 1 mountain to cast. Whenever equipped creature attacks, choose 1. Bull Rush. It gains double strike until end of turn. Summon. Create Phobos, a legendary 3/2 red horse creature token. And Revelation. Discard 2 cards, then draw 2 cards. And the equip cost is 2 colorless. So the Spear of Leonidas. Let's go back and let's see. Let's put this where it should go. This is card number 38. So it should go right here in between Monastery Raid and the ACRU Valhalla. So that is now fixed. Okay. So the Spear of Leonidas. Let's go back up. There it is, the Spear of Leonidas. The regular card was worth $4.16. Spear of Leonidas. Okay, here we go. Spear of Leonidas is now worth $2, so that's gone down. Oh, I'm sorry. The Spear of Leonidas was worth $2.08. And I had 2 of them. That's why I said $4.16, so that's incorrect. All right, so $2. It's gone down 8 cents overall, I think. Yeah. And then the foil version is worth $3.14. So let's put that in. Okay, now let's go back to where we were, and we have another foil. This time is Cassandra Eaglebearer. She's a legendary creature, a human assassin warrior. Costs 1 colorless, 1 mountain, and 1 plains to cast. She's 2/2 with haste. When Cassandra enters the battlefield, watch your graveyard, hand, and library for a card named the Spear of Leonidas. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. I'm sorry, it says search your graveyard, not watch your graveyard. That makes more sense. So when Cassandra enters the battlefield, search your graveyard, hand, and library for a card named the Spear of Leonidas. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Whenever a creature you control with legendary equipment attached to it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So Cassandra, now the regular version was worth $4.30 back then. So let's see what this is worth now. Cassandra Eaglebearer. Okay. So the regular card is now up to $6.38, so that's good news. It's gone up a couple bucks. And the foil version is worth $6.56, so a smidgen more, about 18 cents more. Okay, next up we have the foil version of Adrestia. Adrestia costs 3 colorless to cast. It is a legendary artifact, a vehicle. It's a 4/3 with Island Walk. This creature can't be blocked as long as defending player controls an island. Whenever Adrestia attacks, if an assassin crewed it this turn, draw a card. Adrestia becomes an assassin in addition to its other types until end of turn, and crew is 1. So we have the foil version of Adrestia. Now the regular version was worth $1.37. Adrestia, let's see here. Okay, so the regular card is now down to 99 cents. So we've lost value there. It's $2.97 overall, and then the foil version is worth, let's see here, $1.69 for the foil. Okay, next up we have the foil of Excalibur Sword of Eden. Excalibur Sword of Eden costs 12 colorless mana to cast. It is a legendary artifact equipment. This spell costs X colorless less to cast, where X is the total mana value of historic permanents you control. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. Equipped creature gets +10/+0 and has vigilance, and the equipped legendary creature cost is 2 colorless mana. So the foil of Excalibur Sword of Eden. Now the regular card was worth $10.77. So let's see here. Excalibur Sword of Eden. Okay, it's now up to $13.50, the regular card, so that's pretty good. It's another couple of bucks. The foil version is worth $15, so good for us. Okay, next up we have the foil version of Staff of Eden, Vault's Key. This is a legendary artifact. It costs 6 colorless mana to cast. When Staff of Eden, Vault's Key, enters the battlefield, put target legendary permanent card not named Staff of Eden, Vault's Key from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. And then if you tap Staff of Eden, Vault's Key, draw a card for each permanent you control but don't own. So there it is. Staff of Eden, Vault's Key. Now the regular card was worth $3.17. It's gone down to $3.50, so it's gone down. Oh no, it's gone up. It's gone up 43 cents since last time. The foil version is worth $3, so it's less than the regular copy. All right, next card is a foil version of Rest in Peace. Enchantment costs 1 colorless and 1 plains to cast. When Rest in Peace enters the battlefield, exile all graveyards. If a card or token would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Requiescat in pace, says Ezio Auditore. That's what he would say when he would assassinate his targets. Rest in Peace. While the regular version was worth $2.02. Let's see here. Rest in Peace is now worth no, that's not it. Oh, wait, maybe it is. Hold on. Is this card 156? No. It's card 83. Well, that doesn't make any sense. It's odd. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so the regular card is $1.37 and the foil is $1.67. So the card went down about 80 cents, the original card. The foil is worth $1.67. All right, next up we have the foil version of Black Market Connections. It is an enchantment, costs 2 colorless and 1 swamp to cast. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, choose 1 or more. Sell contraband, create a treasure token, you lose 1 life. Buy information, draw a card, you lose 2 life. Or hire a mercenary, create a 3/2 colorless shapeshifter creature token with changeling, you lose 3 life. It has every creature type, the changeling. Now the regular version of Black Market Connections was worth $11.46 back then. So let's hope it's gone up. Black Market Connections. Okay, so Black Market Connections is now worth $14.98, so it has gone up about $3.30. The foil version of the card is worth $14.84. It's less. 14 cents less than the regular one. Okay, next, whoops, these cards are falling everywhere here. The next card is the regular version of Cover of Darkness. So we had the foil, we were missing the regular one. It is an enchantment, 1 colorless, 1 swamp to cast. As Cover of Darkness enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures of the chosen type have fear. They can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or black creatures. An assassin has no weapon as deadly, and no ally as dependable as the Shroud of Night. So we have the regular Cover of Darkness. So the foil was worth $1.75. Cover of Darkness, let's see. The regular version of this card is $5.28. Oh, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. The foil version was worth $5.80, not $1.75. I was looking at the wrong card. So Cover of Darkness foil is $5.80. The regular is $5.28. The foil version is $5.47. So the foil's gone down. All right. Next up, we have the foil version of Assassin's Trophy. This is an instant. It costs 1 swamp and 1 forest to cast. Destroy target permanent and opponent controls. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. A merry life and a short one, as promised. How well I know myself, says Bartholomew Black Bart Roberts. So Assassin's Trophy foil. Well, The regular version is worth $2. Let's see what the foil's worth. Assassin's Trophy. Okay, so the regular card is $3.14. No, that's not correct. The regular card is worth $2.65. So that's gone up. 65, so 264, 520, 530. And then the foil version of the card is worth $2.65. Wait a minute. The foil is $2.65 and the regular is $2.65? Time out a minute now. Yeah, they're both the same price. Okay. Okay, next up we have the foil version of Sword of Feast and Famine. This is an artifact equipment, costs 3 colorless to cast. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from black and from green. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card and you untap all lands you control. The equip cost is 2 colorless. Now, the regular card was worth $18.41 back then. So this is now worth $25.43. The regular card, $25.43. The foil is worth, let's see, $32.49. That is big. Good job, us. Okay, next up we have another foil. Sword of Light and Shadow. It is an artifact equipment, 3 colorless mana to cast. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from white and from black. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to a player, you gain 3 life and you may return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Equip cost is 2 colorless mana. So the regular version of Sword of Light and Shadow is worth $8.43. So Sword of Light and Shadow. Sword of Light and Shadow is okay. The regular card is now worth $8, so it's gone down 43 cents. So that makes that 16. The foil version is worth $9. Okay. Okay, next up we have the regular and foil version, the extended art series. These are lands called Sunbaked Canyon. It's a land, you can tap it and pay 1 life, and it adds a mountain or plains to your mana pool. If you tap 1 colorless mana and tap Sunbaked Canyon and sacrifice it, you can draw a card. So we have the regular and foil version of Sunbaked Canyon. Let's see what those are worth. Okay, the regular card is worth $5.82 and the foil is $7.56. $5.82 and $7.56. Next up, same thing, we have the regular and foil version of the collector's cards. Fiery Islet. It is a land. If you tap it, you can pay 1 life and add an island or mountain to your mana pool. If you tap Fiery Islet and 1 colorless mana and sacrifice it, you can draw a card. So Fiery Islet, regular and foil. Let's take a look at that. Fiery Islet. Okay, the regular card is worth $7 and the foil is worth $8. 7 and 8. All right, next up we have the regular and foil version of Nurturing Peatland. It is a land. If you tap it and pay 1 life, you can add a swamp or forest to your mana pool. If you tap 1 colorless mana and tap it Nurturing Peatland and sacrifice it, you can draw a card. So Nurturing Peatland, the regular and collector's foil there. Nurturing Peatland. Okay, Nurturing Peatland is $8.05 for the regular one, $10.89 for the foil. That's pretty good. Alright, next up we have the collector's foil of Silent Clearing. It's a land. If you tap it and pay 1 life, you can add a plains or swamp to your mana pool. If you tap 1 colorless mana and tap Silent Clearing, you can sacrifice it, you can draw a card. So Silent Clearing. Now the regular collector's was worth $7 back in the day. Silent Clearing. Let's see. Now it's gone up to 50 cents. It's now $7.50 for the regular. And the foil that we just looked at is worth $8.50. Okay, next up we have a regular and foil version of Waterlogged Grove. I really like the foil on this. Now it's a land. If you tap it, pay 1 life, you can add a forest or island to your mana pool. If you tap 1 colorless mana and tap Waterlogged Grove and sacrifice it, you can draw a card. So regular and extended art foil, collector's foil. Waterlogged Grove. Let's take a look. Okay, the regular card is $5.60 and the foil is $7.03. So $5.60, $7.03. All right, next card is the extended art collector's foil of the Capitoline Triad. It's a legendary creature, God Artificer. It costs 10 colorless mana to cast, and it's 7/7. Those who came before. This spell costs 1 colorless mana less to cast for each historic card in your graveyard. Exile any number of historic cards from your graveyard with total mana value 30 or greater. You get an emblem with creatures you control have base power and toughness 9/9. So the Capitoline Triad Extended Art Collector's Foil. The regular version was $4.60. Capitoline Triad, let's see. Okay, so that's gone up now to $5.30, so it's gone up 70 cents in value. The foil is worth $5.51, so it's a little bit more. Okay, next up we have the foil of the extended art, Leonardo da Vinci. He is a legendary creature, a human artificer. It costs 2 colorless and 1 island to cast. He is 3/3. If you tap 3 colorless and 2 islands, until end of turn, Thorpters you control have base power and toughness XX, where X is the number of cards in your hand. If you tap 2 colorless, 1 island, and tap Leonardo, you can draw a card, then discard a card. If the discarded card was an artifact card, exile it from your graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 0/2 Thopter artifact creature with flying in addition to its other types. So the foil, collector's foil of Leonardo da Vinci. Let's see here. Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, he is worth $13.72. That's good for us. Next up, we have... Oh, I did not add this in. Look at me being an idiot. Okay. So, we have the regular version of Mary Read and Anne Bonny. This is a extended art, just collector's art card. Mary Reed and Anne Bonny, legendary creature, human assassin pirate. Costs 1 colorless, 1 island, and 1 mountain to cast. They are 3/3 with haste. If you tap Mary Reed and Anne Bonny, draw a card, then discard a card. Whenever you discard an island, pirate, or vehicle card, create a tapped treasure token. Pirating might be seen as a man's life, but I guarantee it's the most liberty a woman's going to find in this world, says Anne Bonny. So Mary Reed and Anne Bonny, this is the regular collector's card. The foil version we had, it was worth $4.36. So, let's see. Mary Reed and Anne Bonny is worth $3.99, and the foil has gone down to $4. Okay. Next up, we have the Apple of Eden Isu Relic Collector's Foil. It is a legendary artifact which costs 4 colorless mana to cast. If you tap Apple of Eden Isu Relic, pay 4 life. Sacrifice Apple of Eden. Look at target opponent's hand and exile those cards face down. You may play those cards this turn, and mana of any type can be spent to cast them. Until end of turn, whenever you play a land or cast a spell this way, its owner draws a card. At the beginning of the next end step, return the exiled cards to their owner's hand. Activate only as a sorcery. So Apple of Eden, Isu Relic Collector's Foil. Apple of Eden, Isu Relic. This is worth $3.99. Okay, next up we have the collector. Oh, we have both now. Look at us. So, Staff of Eden collectors. Okay, so we have both the regular extended art collectors and foil extended art collectors of these cards. This will not pop up. There we go. Staff of Eden Vault's Key, both regular and foil. Their legendary artifact costs 6 colorless mana to cast. When Staff of Eden Vault's Key enters the battlefield, put target legendary permanent card, not named Staff of Eden Vault's Key, from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Tap Staff of Eden Vault's Key, draw a card for each permanent you control but don't own. So we have the regular and foil Staff of Eden Vault's Key. Okay. Staff of Eden Vault's Key is worth $5.93 for the non-foil and $6 for the foil. So $5.93 and $6. Okay, next up we have the non-foil extended art, Ezio Auditore de Firenze. He is a legendary creature, human assassin, costs 1 colorless and 1 swamp to cast. 3/2 with menace. Assassin spells you cast have free running of 2 swamp. Whenever Ezio deals combat damage to a player, you may pay a plains, island, swamp, mountain, and forest. If that player has 10 or less life, when you do, that player loses the game. Ezio Auditore de Firenze. This is card number 131. So it's the non-foil of that. Ezio Auditore 131 is worth $12.27 for the non-foil. All right, next up we have this is the foil. Yeah, okay, the collector's foil, the Altair bin Lahad Legendary creature, human assassin, cost of plains, mountain, and swamp to cast, 3/3 for a strike. Whenever Altair bin Lahad attacks, exile up to one target assassin creature card from your graveyard with a memory counter on it. Then for each creature card you own in exile with a memory counter on it, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of it. Exile those tokens at end of combat. So the extended art foil, collector's foil, Altair bin Lahad. And this is worth $12.36. Okay. Next up, we have the foil version of Bayek of Siwa. Legendary creature, human assassin, costs 3 colorless, mountain and plains to cast, 3/4 with double strike. As long as it's your turn, other historic creatures you control have double strike, and you can disguise the card by paying 1 colorless, mountain and plains. So we have the extended art, collector's art foil of Bayek of Siwa. Let's take a look. This is worth $3.22. Okay, and now we have the collector's foil of Eivor Wolfkist. She is a legendary creature, a human assassin warrior, costs 3 colorless, a mountain, a forest, and a plains to cast, 7/6 with trample and haste. Whenever Eivor Wolfkist deals combat damage to a player, you mill that many cards. You may put a saga card and or land card from among them onto the battlefield. So we have the collector's version, Eivor Wolfkist. Okay. Let's type that in. Eivor Wolfkist. Collector's foil is worth $5.65. Okay, next up we have the regular version of Javi the Allfather. He is a legendary creature, a god warrior, cost 3 colorless, 1 mountain, 1 forest, and 1 plains to cast. He is 6/6. Javi the Allfather has indestructible as long as there are 4 more historic cards in your graveyard. Sage Project. Whenever a Javi or another legendary creature you control dies, return target legendary creature card with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So let's look at the regular version of Javi the Allfather and the extended art, collector's art. He is worth $1.97. Okay, next up we have the non-foil collector's art version of Cassandra Eaglebearer. She is a legendary creature, a human assassin warrior, costs 1 colorless, 1 mountain, and 1 plains to cast. She is 2/2 with haste. When Cassandra enters the battlefield, search your graveyard, hand, and library for a card named the Spear of Leonidas. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Whenever a creature you control with a legendary equipment attached to it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So there, that is the regular version of Cassandra Eaglebearer. Okay, Cassandra Eaglebearer. And she is worth $7.81. Okay, next up. We have the regular version, non-foil, of Assassin's Trophy, which is an instant, tap a mountain and a forest to cast it, tap a swamp and a forest to cast it. Destroy target permanent an opponent controls. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. A merry life and a short one, as promised. How well I know myself. Bartholomew Black Bart Roberts. Okay, so the non-foil Assassin's Trophy. Let's see here. This is worth $3.14. Next up, we have the non-foil version of the Animus. It's a legendary artifact, 2 colorless mana to cast. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target legendary creature card from a graveyard with a memory counter on it. If you tap the Animus, until your next turn, target legendary creature you control becomes a copy of target creature card in exile with a memory counter on it. Activate only as a sorcery. We have the foil version of this card, and the foil was worth $2.10. So let's see what's happened with that value, and let's see what the non-foil version is worth. Did I spell Animus? No, there we go. Okay. So the foil is still $2.10. The regular one is. Oh, that's strange. Wait a minute now. What did I miss? There it is. Oh, I guess no, that's the foil. So let's try this. Okay, $1.79 for the regular version. Okay, next up we have these are now the third version of cards. These are all just foil versions. There are no regular versions. They're called etched or special in the app I'm using, but this is etched foils. We have Catechus Staff of Hermes. It is a legendary artifact and equipment, costs 2 colorless and 1 planes to cast. Equipped creature has lifelink. As long as you have 30 or more life, equipped creature gets +5/+5 and is indestructible and prevent all damage that would be dealt to this creature. The equip cost is 2 planes. It can be a key, a weapon, and a way to attain great power. So the etched version of Catechus Staff of Hermes, let's take a look. Catechus Staff of Hermes. And of course I spelled it wrong. Catechus, C-A-D-U-C-U-S, Staff of Hermes. Here we go. $9.46 for this card. Okay, that's good news. Next up we have the etched foil of Haystack. It is an artifact. It costs 1 colorless and 1 planes to cast. If you tap 2 colorless mana and tap Haystack, target creature you control phases out. Search the area. It can't have gone far, says a Palazzo guard. So the etched version of Haystack, that is worth $3.02. Next up, the etched foil of Hookblade, which is an artifact equipment, costs 1 colorless and 1 planes to cast. When Hookblade enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +1/+0. As long as it's your turn, equipped creature has flying, and the cost is 2 colorless. So Hookblade, the foil, etched foil version of that. It is worth $1.72. Okay, next up we have the etched foil of Path to Exile. It is an instant, costs 1 planes to cast. Exile target creature. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. For the crime of trying to save her brother, Cassandra was thrown from Mount Tygotus, forced into exile with nothing but a broken spear and the will to survive. Path to Exile, etched foil card. Let's see. Path to Exile. And this is worth $3.95. Okay, next up we have the etched foil of Rest in Peace. An enchantment, costs 1 colorless, 1 plains to cast. When Rest in Peace enters the battlefield, exile all graveyards. If a card or token would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Requasiat and Pace. Sentinel Auditory, Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace, etched foil. And this is worth $2.44. Okay, next up, the etched foil of Tax Collector, which is a creature, a human advisor. Costs 1 colorless and 1 plains to cast. 2/2. When Tax Collector enters the battlefield, choose 1. You can tax until your next turn. Spells your opponent's cast cost 1 colorless more to cast. Or you can arrest, detain target creature and opponent controls. Few things in this world are as certain. So the foil version, etched foil of Tax Collector. And that is worth, let's see, $2.38. Next up, we have the etched foil of Templar Knight. It is a creature, a human knight, costs 1 colorless and 1 plains to cast. 3/1 Vigilance. If you tap plains, tap 5 untapped attacking creatures you control named Templar Knight. Search your library for a legendary artifact card. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. A deck can have any number of cards named Templar Knight. So Templar Knight, etched foil. Let's see, Templar Knight. And it is worth $3. Okay, next up we have the etched foil of Become Anonymous. An instant, costs 2 colorless and 2 island to cast. Exile target non-token creature you own and the top 2 cards of your library in a face-down pile. Shuffle that pile, then cloak those cards. They enter the battlefield tapped. Walk among the scholars. They're allowed into areas you would be denied, says Rufik Kadar. Rafik Kadar. Rufik? I can't see that. I think it's Rafik. Okay, Become Anonymous, etched foil. Let's see. Oops. Come on now. Become Anonymous. Spelled that wrong. Of course I did. Become Anon. ANONYOUS. There we go. Okay, it is worth $2.52. Next card is an etched foil of Coastal Piracy. It is an enchantment. Cast 2 colorless and 2 island to cast it. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. Mighty kind of those fellows to keep our riches safe for us. Let's go thank them properly, says Edward Blackbeard Thatch. So the etched foil of Coastal Piracy. It is worth $2.70. Next up we have the etched foil of Leonardo da Vinci. Legendary creature, human artificer, costs 2 colorless and 1 island to cast. He is 3/3. If you tap 3 colorless and 2 islands until end of turn, Thopters you control have base power of toughness XX, where X is the number of cards in your hand. If you tap 2 colorless and island and then tap Leonardo da Vinci, you can draw a card, then discard a card. If the discarded card was an artifact card, exile it from your graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 0/2 Thopter artifact creature with flying in addition to its other types. So the etched of Leonardo da Vinci. Let's take a look. Leonardo da Vinci. He is worth $7.41. Next up, we have the etched a foil of Loyal Inventor. It is a creature, a human artificer, costs 2 colorless and 1 island to cast. He is a 2/3 with Vigilance. When Loyal Inventor enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact card, reveal it, then shuffle. Put that card into your hand if you control an assassin. Otherwise, put that card on top of your library. So Loyal Inventor, etched foil. Loyal Inventor is worth $1.98. Okay, next up we have the etched foil of Propaganda, which is an enchantment. It costs 2 colorless and 1 island to cast. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays 2 colorless mana for each creature they control that's attacking you. So long as men retain free will, there can be no peace, says Al-Mualim to Altair. As we all know, Al-Mualim was Altair's mentor and was a traitor and was actually a Templar. And Altair kills him at the end of the first game. Propaganda. Okay, this is worth... let's try this again. Propaganda. Okay. This is not good. Propaganda. Here we go. $5.47 for that card. Okay, next up we have an etched foil of Temporal Trespass. Or Temporal Trespass. It is a sorcery. It costs 8 colorless and 3 island to cast. Delve. Take an extra turn after this one. Exile Temporal Trespass. I do not wish to speak with you, but through you. You are the prophet. You've played your part, says Minerva. I'm sure Minerva was using Ezio when she said that at the end of the second game, I believe, when she's talking through him to Desmond. Temporal Trespass. I spelled it wrong because I'm an idiot. Temporal Trespass. There we go. This is worth $5.22. Okay, next up, this card might be worth a lot. It is the etched foil of Black Market Connections. It's an enchantment. It costs 2 colorless and 1 swamp to cast. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, choose 1 or more. Sell contraband, create a treasure token, you lose 1 life. Buy information, draw a card, you lose 2 life. Hire a mercenary, create a 3/2 colorless shapeshifter creature token with changeling, you lose 3 life. So Black Market Connection, etched foil. The regular versions of the card were worth decent amounts. Let's see if this is the same. This is worth $19. Good for us there. We have an etched foil of Chain Assassination. It is an instant, costs 2 colorless and 2 swamp to cast. It has free running of 1 colorless mana and 1 swamp. Destroy target creature. If another creature died this turn, draw a card. Who needs stealth when there's no one left to raise the alarm, says Jacob Fry. Chain Assassination, etched foil. $1.02 for that card. Okay, next up we have an etched foil. Conspiracy. It is an enchantment, costs 3 colorless and 2 swamp to cast. As Conspiracy enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control are the chosen type. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Those who don't stand with us stand against us, says Deimos. So conspiracy. Etched foil, of course. Conspiracy. Here we go. It is worth $2.05. Next up is an etched foil of Ezio Auditore di Firenze, a legendary creature, a human assassin. Costs 1 colorless and 1 swamp to cast. He is 3/2 and menace. Assassin spells you cast have free running of 2 swamp. Whenever Ezio deals combat damage to a player, you may pay a plains, island, swamp, mountain, and forest. If that player has 10 or less life, when you do, that player loses the game. We work in the dark to serve the light. We are assassins. Ezio Auditore di Firenze, etched foil. Well, let's see. Ezio Auditore di Firenze. UDITRE.FIRENZ. I thought I spelled it right. There we go. He is worth, as an etched foil, $10.06. Okay, next up we have an etched foil of Goat for the Throat. It is an instant, costs 1 colorless and 1 swamp to cast. Destroy target non-artifact creature. Ratenkoken's blade found its mark, putting an end to the desperate struggle between father and son. His father obviously was Hatham Kenway. Go for the throat. Okay, this is worth $3.59. Next up, we have an etched foil of Jacob Fry, a legendary creature, human assassin, costs 2 colorless and 1 swamp to cast. 3/2, partner with Evie Fry. Whenever 1 or more assassins you control deal combat damage to a player, exile up to 1 target assassin card or card with free running from your graveyard. If you do, copy it. You may cast the copy. Toss me my brass knuckles and point me to a good brawl. Jacob Fry, etched foil. And he is worth $2.95. Okay, next up is an etched foil of Roshan, Hidden Magister. She is a legendary creature, human assassin. Costs 3 colorless and 1 swamp to cast. She is 4/4. Other creatures you control are assassins in addition to their other types. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. Face-down creatures you control have menace. Whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. So Roshan, Hidden Magister. She is worth $1.50. Next up, we have an etched foil of Royal Assassin. He is a creature, a human assassin, costs 1 colorless and 2 swamp to cast. He is 1/1. If you tap Royal Assassin, destroy target tap creature. There have always been people who lust for power and control, and there have always been people who oppose them, says Darius to Cassandra. Etched foil of Royal Assassin. And Royal Assassin etched is worth $2.10. Next up, we have the etched foil of Alexios Deimos of Cosmos. He is a legendary creature, a human berserker. Costs 3 colorless and 1 mountain to cast. He is 4/4 with trample. Alexios Deimos of Cosmos attacks each combat if able, can't be sacrificed, and can't attack its owner. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player gains control of Alexios, untaps it, and puts a +1/+1 counter on it. It gains haste until end of turn. So Alexios, Deimos of Cosmos, the etched foil version. And this is worth $3.70. Next up, we have an etched foil of Monastery Raid. Sorcery, cost 2 colorless and 1 mountain to cast. Free running of X colorless and 1 mountain. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. If this spell's free running cost was paid, exile the top X cards of your library instead. You may play the exiled cards until the end of your next turn. If they didn't want it stolen, they should have left more cards. Monastery Raid, etched foil. Monastery Raid. It is worth $1.87. Next up, we have an etched foil of Overpowering Attack. It is a sorcery. It costs 3 colorless and 2 mountain to cast. Free running of 2 colorless and 1 mountain. Untap all creatures you control that attack this turn. If it's your main phase, there is an additional combat phase after this phase, followed by an additional main phase. Anubis awaits you, says Bayek of Siwa. Anubis awaits you, says Bayek of Siwa. So, Overpowering Attack, etched foil. It is worth $6.04. That's a decent one. Okay, next up we have the etched foil of Palazzo Archers. Creature, human archer, costs 2 colorless and 1 forest to cast. They are 2/3 with reach. Whenever a creature with flying attacks you or a planeswalker you control, Palazzo Archers deals damage equal to its power to that creature. Makosa, shoot the flying demon. Palazzo Archers, etched foil. It's worth $1.27. Next up, we have the etched foil of Altair Ibn Lahad. It's a legendary creature, human assassin. Costs 1 mountain, 1 plains, and 1 swamp to cast. He is 3/3 with first strike. Whenever Altair Ibn Lahad attacks, exile up to 1 target assassin creature card from your graveyard with a memory counter on it. Then for each creature card you own in exile with a memory counter on it, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of it. Exile those tokens at end of combat. So Altair Ibn Lahad, the etched foil. Altair Ibn, I think it is 260. No, it's not. Ibn Lahad. Okay, this is worth $9.97. Next up, we have an etched foil of Arbaz Mir, a legendary creature, human assassin, costs 1 mountain and 1 plains to cast. He is 2/2. Whenever Arbaz Mir or another non-token historic permanent enters the battlefield under your control, Arbaz Mir deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1. Until you have found a cause worth fighting for, you cannot know what you will sacrifice for it. Arbaz Mir, etched foil. Let's take a look. Arbaz Mir. Okay, Arbaz Mir, etched foil is worth $1.87. Next up, we have an etched foil of Arno Dorian. He is a legendary creature, human assassin, costs 2 colorless, 1 swamp, and 1 mountain to cast. He is 3/3 with Death Touch. Other assassins you control get +2/+0, and to disguise, you tap a swamp and a mountain. The creed is a warning. Heals too easily give way. Ideals too easily give way to dogma. Dogma becomes fanaticism. So Arno Dorian, a etched foil. Let's see what he is worth. Dorian. He is worth $1.87. Next up, we have the etched foil card of Assassin's Trophy. In instant, tap a mountain and a forest to cast it. Excuse me, a swamp and a forest to cast it. Destroy target permanent and opponent controls. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card to put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. A merry life and a short one, as promised. How will I know myself, says Bartholomew Black Bart Roberts. It's the etched foil of Assassin's Trophy. This is worth... That's not it. $3.99. Next up, we have an etched foil of Aya of Alexandria. She is a legendary creature, a human assassin. Costs 2 colorless, 1 mountain, and 1 plains to cast, and she is 4/3 with menace and lifelink. Whenever a historic creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with menace, and our blade shall never tire. So Aya of Alexandria, what do we got? Aya of Alexandria. She is worth $2.11. Next, we have the etched foil of Bayek of Siwa. He is a legendary creature, a human assassin. Costs 3 colorless, 1 mountain, and 1 plains to cast. He is 3/4, double strike. As long as it's your turn, other historic creatures you control have double strike. You can disguise the card for 1 colorless, 1 mountain, and 1 plains. Our will never rests. So Bayek of Siwa. Etched foil is worth $4.01. Next up, we have an etched foil of Bleeding Effect. It is an enchantment, costs 2 colorless, 1 plains, and 1 swamp to cast. At the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control gain flying until end of turn if a creature card in your graveyard is flying. The same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance. What is a man but the sum of his memories? We are the stories to live. We are the stories we live. The tales we tell ourselves. Clay Kasmeric. He was the guy before Desmond got brought into Abstergo. He went nuts. I think he was subject 16, I believe. Alright, this is worth $3.30. Alright, next up we have an etched foil of Edward Kenway. It's a legendary creature, a human assassin pirate. Costs 2 colorless, 1 island, 1 swamp, and 1 mountain to cast. He is 5/5. At the beginning of your end step, create a treasure token for each tapped assassin, pirate, and or vehicle you control. Whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of that player's library, then exile it face down. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Edward Kenway, etched foil. Let's see. He is worth $13.14. That's a good one. Next up, we have an etched foil of Eivor Wolfkist, legendary creature, human assassin warrior. Costs 3 colorless, 1 mountain, 1 forest, and 1 plains to cast. 7/6, trample, and haste. Whenever Eivor Wolfkist deals combat damage to a player, you mill that many cards. You may put a saga card and or a land card from among them onto the battlefield. My destiny is mine to weave. So, etched Eivor Wolfkist. Let's see here. She is worth $4.03. Next up, we have an etched copy of Ezio, Brash Novice. A legendary creature, human, 1/1. Cast 1 colorless in either a mountain or plains to cast him. Whenever Ezio Brash Novice attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. As long as Ezio has 2 or more counters on it, it has first strike and is an assassin in addition to other type. When I was a young man, I had liberty, but I did not see it. I had time, but I did not know it, and I had love, but I did not feel it. So Ezio Brash Novice etched foil. This is worth $1.39. Next up, we have an etched foil of Javi the Allfather. It is a legendary creature, a god warrior. Costs 3 colorless, 1 mountain, 1 forest, and 1 plains to cast. He is 6/6. Javi the Allfather has indestructible as long as there are 4 or more historic cards in your graveyard. Sage Project. Whenever Javi or another legendary creature you control dies, return target legendary creature card with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So there we are, Javi the Allfather. Okay, Javi the Allfather is worth $2.67. Next up, we have etched foil of Cassandra Eaglebearer. She is a legendary creature, a human assassin warrior. She costs 1 colorless, 1 mountain, and 1 plains to cast. She is 2/2 with haste. When Cassandra enters the battlefield, search your graveyard, hand, and library for a card named the Spear of Leonidas. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Whenever a creature you control with a legendary equipment attached to it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So, Cassandra Eaglebearer. Let's see. The etched foil is worth. Cassandra Eaglebearer. She is worth $8.46. Next up, we have an etched foil of Lydia Fry. Legendary creature, human assassin. Costs 2 colorless and either an island or swamp to cast. She is 3/2. Lydia Fry can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. At the beginning of your end step, surveil X, where X is the number of tapped assassins you control. I would settle for the right to vote, says Lydia to Winston Churchill. So Lydia Fry, etched foil of her. Let's see. She is worth $2.35. Next up, we have an etched foil of Mary Read and Anne Bonny. Legendary creature, human assassin pirate. Costs 1 colorless, 1 island, and 1 mountain to cast. 3/3 with haste. If you tap Mary Read and Anne Bonny, draw a card, then discard a card. Whenever you discard an island, a pirate, or vehicle card, create a tapped treasure token. Pirating might be seen as a man's life, but I guarantee it's the most liberty a woman's going to find in this world, says Anne Bonny. So Mary Read and Anne Bonny etched foil. Let's see, Mary Read and Anne Bonny. She is worth $2.76. Okay, next up we have an etched foil of Xiao Jun. Legendary creature, human assassin. Costs 1 colorless, 1 island, and 1 mountain to cast. She is 3/3. Leap Strike. As long as it's your turn, Xiao Jun is flying in first strike. Rope Dart. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. Xiao Jun deals 1 damage to each opponent. I shall walk in the darkness and strike swiftly. No one will stop me in my hunt. Etched foil of Xiao Jun. Let's see. Xiao Jun. Etched foil is worth $1.85. Next up, we have an etched foil of Sean and Rebecca, Agents. Legendary creature, human assassin scientist. Costs 1 colorless, 1 forest, 1 plains, and 1 island to cast. 4/4 with vigilance. When Sean and Rebecca, Agents, enters the battlefield, search your graveyard, hand, and library for a card named the Animus, and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. If you tap it, it adds colorless mana, I guess, is what that diamond symbol is. When you do, mill 2 cards. Information is a weapon, as potent as any assassin's blade. It's the etched foil of Sean and Rebecca Agents. Somebody commented on my video, the last one, and I tried to understand what they were saying, but I haven't played Magic in so long. So I don't know. I think they said that diamond symbol means it's colorless mana, but all right, this is worth $1.99. Next up, we have an etched foil of Shay Cormac. He is a legendary creature, a human knight rogue. Costs 1 plains and 1 swamp to cast. 1/1. If you tap 1 colorless mana, permanent your opponents control, lose hexproof, indestructible, protection, shroud, and ward until end of turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes the target of a spell or ability you control, put a bounty county on that creature. I think that's spelled wrong. It should say counter. Whenever a creature with a bounty counter, yeah, that's spelled incorrectly. It's a mistake. On it dies, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Shay Cormac. Okay. Shay Cormac. I don't know if that's worth more because it's a misprint. Who knows? This is worth, if it's correct, $4. Okay, next up we have the etched foil of Socrates, Athenian teacher. Costs 1 colorless, 1 plains, 1 island to cast him. He is a legendary creature, a human advisor. He is 0/4 defender. Socrates, Athenian teacher, has hexproof as long as it's untapped. Socratic dialogue. Tap Socrates, Athenian teacher. Until end of turn, target creature gains. If this creature would deal combat damage to a player, prevent that damage. This creature's controller and that player each draw half that many cards, rounded down. So the Socrates, Athenian teacher, etched foil. Socrates, Athenian teacher. He is worth $2.60. Alright, next up we have an etched foil of the Adrestia. It is a legendary artifact, a vehicle, costs 3 colorless mana to cast, 4/3 with Island Walk. Whenever Adrestia attacks, if an assassin crewed at this turn, draw a card. Adrestia becomes an assassin in addition to its other types until end of turn. Crew is 1. The Eagle. Good luck to those who hear it. Bad luck to those who see it. Adrestia. Etched foil. $1.85. Next up we have an this may be out of order. Maybe not. Well, that's something else. Apparently, I'm missing a card. Okay, next up we have an etched foil of Apple of Eden Isu Relic. It's a legendary artifact, costs 4 colorless mana to cast. If you tap Apple of Eden Isu Relic, pay 4 life. Sacrifice Apple of Eden. Look at target opponent's hand and exile those cards face down. You may play those cards this turn, and mana of any type can be spent to cast them. Until end of turn, whenever you play a land or cast a spell this way, its owner draws a card. At the beginning of the next end step, return the exiled cards to their owner's hand. Activate only as a sorcery. So etched version of etched foil of Apple of Eden. Isu Relic. $2.75 for that. Next up, we have the etched foil of Hidden Blade. It's an artifact, equipment, costs 2 colorless mana to cast. It has flash. When Hidden Blade enters the battlefield, attach it to a target creature you control. If that creature is an assassin, He gains Death Touch until end of turn. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and his first strike. And the equip cost is 2 colorless mana. So Hidden Blade is worth $3.25. Next up, we have the etched foil of Mjolnir Stormhammer. It is a legendary artifact. Equipment costs 4 colorless mana to cast. When Mjolnir enters the battlefield, attach it to target legendary creature you control. Whenever a equipped creature attacks, tap target creature defending a player controls. Whenever equipped creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls and put a stun counter on it. Then Mjolnir deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of tapped creatures that opponent controls. The equip cost is 4 colorless mana. So Mjolnir Stormhammer etched foil. MJOLNIR. It's worth $6.77. Next up, we have an etched foil Smoke Bomb artifact. Costs 3 colorless mana to cast. It is flash. All creatures have Shroud. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Smoke Bomb. When you do, target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. When the sun removes all shadows, the assassins create their own. Smoke Bomb etched foil is $3.23 for that. Next up, we have an etched foil of Staff of Eden Vault's Key. It's a legendary artifact, costs 6 colorless mana to cast. When Staff of Eden Vault's Key enters the battlefield, put target legendary permanent card not named Staff of Eden Vault's Key from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Tap Staff of Eden Vault's Key, draw a card for each permanent you control but don't own. So we'll put that there, Staff of Eden Vault's Key is worth $3.75 as an etched foil. Next up, we have an etched foil of Sword of Feast and Famine. It is an artifact. Equipment costs 3 colorless mana to cast. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from black and from green. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card and you untap all lands you control. The equip cost is 2 colorless mana. So Sword of Feast and Famine. Etched foil is worth $28.06 for that. Then we have the etched foil of Sword of Light and Shadow. Artifact. Equipment costs 3 colorless mana to cast. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from white and from black. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you gain 3 life, and you may return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Equip cost is 2 colorless mana. Sword of Light and Shadow. And this is worth $9.75. Next up, we have an etched foil of Towering Viewpoint. It is an artifact creature, a wall, costs 2 colorless mana to cast, 0/4, Defender and Reach. Leap of Faith, 3 colorless mana. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. The Leap of Faith is a sacred right of the assassins. It strengthens their resolve and purges fear from their hearts. There you are, Towering Viewpoint. And the etched foil is worth $1.15. And I believe the last card for this pickup for the Assassin's Creed series is an etched foil of Yggdrasil Rebirth Engine. Legendary artifact, costs 3 colorless mana to cast. When Yggdrasil Rebirth Engine enters the battlefield, exile all creature cards from your graveyard. If you tap Yggdrasil Rebirth Engine, exile the top 3 cards of your library. If you tap 4 colorless mana and tap Yggdrasil Rebirth Engine, put a creature card exiled with Yggdrasil onto the battlefield under your control. It gains haste until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. So Yggdrasil Rebirth Engine, Yggdrasil. Is worth etched foil $8.18. Now, for a bonus little pickups here, when I bought some of these cards on eBay, the sellers, some of them, gave me some free cards as well. So let's take a look at the free cards I got. Now I also got a couple of stickers, a couple of cat stickers here. These, it says GG Smiths, Good Game Smiths. I don't get it. So they got these stickers here. But let's see what cards I got. Well, let's type in the first, and I have no idea what sets these are from. So hopefully, when I go on here, it'll tell me what set it's from here. Oh boy. This isn't going to work, I don't think. No. S-H-A-C-K, yes, let's see. Oh, looks like it might be from Invasion. Oh, it could be from Exodus. Yeah, this is from Exodus. So, this is a regular version of the card Shackles from Exodus. It is an enchant creature. Tap 2 colorless and 1 plains to cast it. Enchanted creature does not untap during its controller's untap phase. And if you tap a plains, you can return Shackles to owner's hand. Shackles of gold are still shackles. So this card is worth, I believe, $1.09. Let's type Shackles in. Got Shackles from Exodus, $1.09. Oops. Okay, next card. Let's see where this is from. Okay, also from Exodus. This is School of Piranha. It is a fish, summon fish. Tap 1 colorless, 1 island to cast it. It's 3/3. During your upkeep, pay 1 colorless mana an island or sacrifice School of Piranha. Some schools aren't worth getting into. So this card is worth $1.23. School of Piranha from Exodus. It's $1.23. Okay, the next free card we got. I don't know what this is from here. No, it might be this one. No, it's not that one. $178. Does it say? Yeah, here we go. This is from, Commander Masters. This is worth 99 cents. So this card is Phyrexian Gargantua. It is a creature of Phyrexian horror. Costs 4 colorless and 2 swamp to cast. It is 4/4. When Phyrexian Gargantua enters the battlefield, you draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Other Phyrexians have nightmares about the Gargantua. So Phyrexian Gargantua is worth 99 cents, I believe. Yeah. So we have PHREX. YREXINGARGNTUA. Commander Masters. 99 cents. Alright, the next card is a swamp, and I want to see what it would have been worth, but they drew a cat on here and it says thanks for the order. So it's a swamp from a set, I just don't know which, and I have no idea or I would even attempt to. What do I do? Swamp 268, maybe that will bring up one set. Let's see. So swamp 268. Is this the one? Oh, it might be. Yeah, I think it is. Looks like it to me. So yeah, this is from the set Dominaria United. It's $1.58 if it wasn't written on. So I won't even put that in. All right, next up, let's see what this is from. No. Here it is. This is worth $1.17. I believe it's from Wilds of Eldraine. Yeah, it's called Glass Casket. It is an artifact, costs 1 colorless, 1 plains to cast. When Glass Casket enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or less until Glass Casket leaves the battlefield. While Neva's mind wandered the realm of dreams, her body lay protected as mages worked frantically to find a cure for the wicked slumber. So Glass Casket from Wilds of Eldraine, $1.17. Okay, next up. Okay, this looks like it's from, yeah, this is from Foundations Jumpstart. It's worth $2.03. Seer Eleonora the Discerning. 3 colorless, 2 island to cast. It is a legendary creature, a human knight. Star 4. Seer Eleonora the Discerning's power is equal to the number of cards in your hand. When Seer Eleonora enters, draw a card. Spells your opponents cast that target Seer Eleonora cost 2 colorless more to cast. She rode forth from Vantress, an emissary, a marshal, and a paragon of style. So Seer Eleonora the Discerning is worth $2.03. So let's type that in. Seer Eleonora the Discerning. ING. From, where is this from now? Foundations Jumpstart. $2.03. Okay. Next up, we have a foil card here. Let's type it in. Hopefully it's. Yeah, here it is. It's from Double Masters 2022. I think. Well, that doesn't work. Unless they're all foils. Yeah. Doesn't say. I guess these are all foils. Double Masters 2022. So this is worth $1.29. It's called Travel Preparations. It's a sorcery. It costs 1 colorless and 1 forest to cast. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Flashback for 1 colorless and 1 plains. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cast, then exile it. Visiting a shrine at the start of a journey makes the traveler more likely to finish it. Travel preparations from Double Masters 2022, $1.29. Travel preparations. And the set is Double Masters 2022, $1.29, I think I said. Yeah. All right, next up we have from the Assassin's Creed series 2 cards. I'm not going to go into them, but one's a Plains and one's a Foil Royal Assassin. So we're going to throw those over here. Next up for the free cards, looks like, let's see here, from Foundations. This is only worth 99 cents. It is Stromkirk Blood Thief. It's a creature, a vampire rogue, costs 2 colorless and 1 swamp. It's 2/2. At the beginning of your end step, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target vampire you control. Unlike Innistrad's more ostentatious vampire families, Stromkirk vampires take pride in silence and subterfuge. Stromkirk Blood Thief from Foundations. 99 cents. Stromkirk Blood Thief from Foundations. 99 cents. Next up, this is from, I believe, the Spider-Man Beyond. Yeah, it is the regular version of Daily Bugle Building Land. If you tap it, it adds X colorless, and if you tap 1 colorless and tap Daily Bugle Building, add 1 mana of any color. Smear Campaign, 1 colorless, tap Daily Bugle Building. Target legendary creature gains menace until end of turn, activate only as a sorcery. Known as New York's finest newspaper, the Daily Bugle takes pride in always being fair and impartial. So Daily Bugle Building is $1.31. Marvel Spider-Man. Daily Bugle Building. Marvel Spider-Man. $1.31. I believe. Yeah. All right, next up. This is from Time Spiral, and it's worth $1.12. It is Plated Pegasus, a creature Pegasus, costs 2 colorless and a plains to cast. It is a 1/2 with flash. You may play this spell anytime you can play an instant. It has flying. If a spell would deal damage to a creature or player, prevent 1 damage that spell would deal to that creature or player. So Plated Pegasus from Time Spiral, $1.12. Plated Pegasus, Time Spiral, $1.12. Next up, we have 2 left here, I believe. Does it say, doesn't have a card number on here, which is interesting. I don't know what's what. So click on this. Is this the one? Yeah, I think so. Let me just go back. Is it this one? No. Okay, this is from Future Sight. It's 99 cents and it's called Knight of Circe. It is a creature, a human knight, costs 3 colorless and 1 plains to cast. 2/2 flying and flanking. Suspend for 3 colorless and a plains. Rather than play this card from your hand, you may pay the plains and remove it from the game with 3 time counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter. When the last is removed, to play it without paying its mana cost. It is haste. Knight of Circe. And that is from Future Sight, and it's worth 99 cents. Knight of Circe from Future Sight, 99 cents. And the last free card that I got is this one. Okay. This could be from, let's just see. It looks like it to me. Is it the same? No. Okay, this is from Mystery Booster. It's only worth 38 cents. But it's called Glaring Aegis. It's a enchantment and aura, costs 1 planes to cast. Enchant creature. When Glaring Aegis enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. Enchanted creature gets +1/+3. Glaring Aegis from Mystery Booster. Or Aegis, maybe? E-G-I-S. Mystery Booster. 38 cents. And then we also got these etched foils. We got 3 more Ezio Brash Novices and another Path to Exile etched foil as well for some free bonuses. Well, guys, I appreciate you watching this. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you stayed for the whole thing, or most of it. Any comments you have at the end would be great. Just throw them in the comment section. I try to reply to every comment I get. Stay tuned for some more roleplay videos coming up, as well as some collection videos coming up. And I'm going to go into a top 10 video game video. So stay tuned for all of that. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.